There are only 1,800 left of this species. Over recent decades, there's been rapid decline in population due to poaching and due to deforestation and destroying of their natural habitat. These big cuddly bears, there's not many left of them. You guessed it, it's pandas. Today I'm in Sichuan province in the place called Dujiangyan, and this is a Panda Valley, a panda reserve where the pandas are kept in captivity, but a rather nice captivity. That's not really the right word for it because it is their natural habitat, but they are kept within this area to hopefully get that population booming once again. These big bears in the wild, they can live up to about 20 years old, but in this captivity centre, the average age is between 20 and 25 years of age. So you can see here how they like to get into the air a little bit to go to sleep. Oh, he's waking up. Come on. It's kind of funny, they want him to go into this room behind so that they can clean the area. But this one's a little bit too lazy. He doesn't want to get out of bed. No, he's just turned his head over and he's going back to sleep. That's just like me in the morning, that is. Me and pandas are not so different from each other. The vast majority of a panda's diet is in fact bamboo, as I'm sure you could have guessed. But here they do actually feed them different things as well to keep them on a balanced diet, which is pretty nice. So they feed them apples and they feed them panda cake. And I wondered whether that was just for their birthday. But no, this panda cake is made up of corn and a few other things, just basically to keep them on a healthy diet. All right, so we are going to be joined very shortly by a panda expert who I'm going to try and ask all the questions that you would like to know the answers to. Here we are joined by Doris.
Yeah, hi.
Do you want to say hello to the viewers?
Hello, guys.
I'd love to know, do these pandas have, do you name them? Do you know each individual panda?
Yes, of course. And each panda have their own name. Yeah, and this one is named Meilan.
Meilan?
Meilan.
It's a very pretty name.
Yes, and this one is female. So
it's a female?
Yeah, she is 5 years old now.
And what are the different characteristics between the females and the males?
For the simple, you can see the body size, the female smaller.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. I learned that pandas are, in fact, pretty lazy. They eat for about 12 hours a day, and then they sleep for about 12 hours a day. That's a pretty good life. I wouldn't mind being a panda myself. That's pretty chill. They haven't got too many worries, have they? Eat and sleep. That sounds like my kind of life. Here we go, they're all having lunch. I found another one. Look at that absolute pile in front of him. He is absolutely demolishing that, isn't he? If that were me, I'd definitely be dipping that bamboo in some soy sauce or something like that. They're just massive, aren't they? They're just massive and they're just cute. Look at the size of that. He just tears it apart with his teeth, look. I could just sit and watch him all day, me. So I was talking to one of the panda experts who works here, and she was telling me how pandas are actually quite aggressive in nature, which surprised me because everyone just knows them as these big cuddly bears. So that's actually why you can see here, there's actually a gap so that they can't be touched, you know, by the guests here. But, you know, I just want to give them a big hug. They look so comfy and cozy. But yeah, apparently they're pretty aggressive. But they seem pretty docile, and you know, they seem pretty interactive. I'm sure maybe the ones here are slightly different because you can see one in the background right here. I'm sure these ones are slightly different because they see so many people every day. Maybe they're just used to people. But it's pretty hard to find them in the wild. So maybe if they did come across you in the wild, they'd be a bit threatened and maybe a bit more aggressive. So while I was talking to the panda expert, she was letting me know that back in the early 1800s, they found red pandas first. But then about 40 years later, they discovered the black and white pandas. So at first, red pandas were just pandas. But then after they found the black and white ones, they changed the name of pandas to the black and white ones, and then the red pandas got their label. So they kind of stole it off them. I think if that was me, I'd be a little bit miffed. I'd be a bit jealous. But yeah, researchers think pandas have been around for about 8 million years, but we only found them about 200 years ago. How crazy is that? They're obviously very secretive in the wild. So here we are. We're about to see what the red pandas have got to offer. Hey, up, I found some in the trees. If you can see, there's one here, one over here. The red ones are much smaller. They have much longer tails, and they're about, 20% of the size of the big ones. They're tiny. They look like kind of like foxes. So would you believe this, right? Obviously this is an endangered species, and to prevent any more dying than they usually should from old age, all over Sichuan province, which is absolutely massive, there's been cameras put into all the forests where they know there to be pandas living. So all around Sichuan, there's over 800 cameras, and they're working with cloud computing and software so that any potential fire risks can be dealt with, so that there's no forest fires. Because obviously if there's a forest fire, not only does it damage the environment, but it could also kill precious pandas as well. So it's just a fantastic way to show you how technology is being used for good in these kinds of areas. So I've been told that these red ones can kind of be anywhere because they're such good climbers, because they're a lot smaller. You have to look up in the trees, and you have to look all around. Are you following me? Eh? Are you following me? I seem to have recruited a little team. Say hello, team. Hello. Yeah, they're all following me, helping me find the little red pandas by the looks of it. We found one. He's having a little snack. Oh, what a little cutie. I just realised this one was coming right past us. Whoa. It's getting up close and personal, this one. It looks like they're getting a bit protective over that food. Oh, he scared him off. He scared him off. And now he's eating the food. What? Oh my God. Obviously this one is a bit of a wuss. They're getting all up close and personal. I think he's upset because he's lost out on the food. So I found out, again, the panda expert told me that you can tell which one the leader of the pack is by the fur. And they've won battles in the past, which has allowed them to do things like that, frighten off the other pandas to get the food. Opposing popular belief, red pandas are actually not the babies of big pandas. I think there's a bit of confusion in Chinese because they call it xiao xiongmao and da xiongmao, which is basically small and big panda. So I can see where the confusion comes in, but no, they are in fact a different species altogether. Both species, however, have 6, I don't know what you can call them, fingers on their paws, and that is because just that extra finger allows them to grip onto that bamboo slightly better. And I didn't realize until I was watching them eat, but they strip the bamboo. They strip it down to eat the middle. They don't actually eat all of it. I think it's really smart how they do it. But to be careful going down here. It's like a really humid environment, so like the entire place is wet and damp. It's a perfect environment for pandas though. It's like pretty cold. It's like 11 degrees and cloudy and rainy, slightly rainy. But apparently this is the best weather for pandas. They love it like this. It's the most comfortable for them. As you're probably already aware, China get a lot of shit from all angles, you know, regarding different things, a lot of false accusations in fact. However, pandas doesn't seem to be one of those things. I think everyone around the world recognizes that China are doing a lot to prevent this species from going extinct, and it's really a staple in Chengdu's culture and Chinese culture in general. You know, everyone wants to come and see the pandas at least once in their lifetime, and I love to see this kind of place. I hate zoos. I really don't enjoy going to zoos because I hate seeing these animals locked up in cages, but seeing them in a place like this is brilliant, you know, because they get to eat what they want, they get to live in their natural habitat, and it's how they should live, you know. Guys, I hope you learned something from this video, because I certainly did, educating myself when I was talking to the panda expert. If you did enjoy it, please do make sure to drop a like, because it really does help more than you realise. Comment down below if you've ever come to see the pandas yourself, or if you'd like to, because obviously the majority of them are here in Chengdu. Anyway, this video here is going to be the one apparently that you're going to want to watch next, as it is recommended by YouTube. So if you haven't seen it, head over there and check it out. We will see you in the next one. For now, everybody, take care.